In the process of the Lenten Labyrinth through Lent, we're doing something that is so important. I said last week that without the silence, without the process of meditation and turning within to the Christ Spirit inside, that's the Father within, God individualized in you as you. The higher self, the true self, the I am that I am, unless we take time, and I'm going to say every day. Why? I don't know about you, but I soon forget. Oh, I don't have time today. And then there's tomorrow. And I don't have time tomorrow. And then it's 3 weeks later and I think, oh, well, I'll get to that really soon. Most of us don't forget to brush our teeth each day, do we? Well, you don't have to answer that. We remember how to put our clothes on, and we put them on pretty much in the right order. I don't think I've ever put my underwear on over my pants. We remember these things. Jesus said, in this world you have tribulation. Do you have tribulation in your life? We don't use that word so much anymore, but I got a problem. I got a situation. They just told me I need to bury my automobile. I don't know what to do. I just came from the doctor. In this world, there are challenges. But Jesus said, be of good cheer. I am overcome the world. The I of me, that spiritual center, the Christ in me, can overcome these outer things. And one of the greatest challenges in this human life is that we see ourselves as we see others, as having lost our way. What happens to them, we let happen to us. We become convinced of the limitations of man and close our minds, our hearts off to the idea of the light of God shining forth within us. We end up in a tomb of darkness, a tomb of human limitation. It still echoes in my head back in 1982, might have been 81. The words still echo. A Unity minister said, well, great, we have to face facts. We're only human. And inside I said, oh, no. We need to face the truth. We are divine, spiritual beings. When we think of ourselves as only human, we're unable to see the light of God's presence. We're unable to recognize the eternal truth of life, eternal life. We see ourselves as sick and weak and tired and in so many ways miserable or less than happy. Well, that's the lot of man, and many of us believe that. But it's not. It is not the truth. All Jesus' great miracles, his great works were accomplished Not because he was born different, not because he was given some power that is beyond us, that God hasn't given us, not because he was a son of God and we're only children of God. It's not true. But because the same divine spark of divinity that's in us is in him. The difference in him, that spark, was fanned into a flame, burning very bright. He said, "Come unto me, and I will give you rest." Have you ever wanted rest? A respite from some of the challenges and difficulties, a respite from the human experience. Come unto me, and I will give you rest. He was speaking then of the Christ, not his human self. Not, come unto Jesus, and I, Jesus, will give you rest. Come into that awareness of that divine spirit, that divine spark, that divine light in you that dispels all darkness, that dissolves anything unlike itself. We seem to experience frustration, sickness, sorrow. And so much of the time, we keep going through this. And Jesus would say to you and to me, come up out of it. Come up to that Christ part of you where the Father dwells, where the light is, where the freedom is. Take yourself out of that tomb of human limitation, human thinking. Only so much time, only so much good, only so much life. Roll away that stone. And there's only one way to roll away that stone. It's too heavy for you to move. So you enter the silence. You visit with the Lord of your being in that secret place of the Most High. Yes, that means meditation. But those of you who have experienced meditation, is it a chore? Do you feel better after we finish? Yes. Energized, relaxed, free. And every time you touch that space, when you reach out and touch the face of the Christ in you, you are changed. Come out of the tomb of human thinking, out of the tomb of human limitation. And when you touch the face of God, individualized, Christ in you, you have touched the same power that moved and worked through Jesus. That was his secret. He connected with that power. Remember, he said, he who has seen me has seen the Father. The Father and I are one. That same power individualized in everyone, that God's Spirit is working in and through me, he was telling us. Now, over his ministry, he told us a lot of things. He said, no man cometh to the Father save by me. Well, wouldn't you like Jesus' address so you could go visit him and say, hey, I want to meet Dad. Where is he? Jesus was not the way. You don't find Jesus, you don't find the Father through Jesus. Remember Moses. He found the Father through the I am. Remember in the burning bush? I am that I am. Jacob found the Father through a man in his tent that he wrestled all night. Many in the Bible have found the Father by finding that divine spark in themselves. Now, no man cometh unto the Father save by me. The real meaning of this passage is that no one can come unto the Father except through the Christ part of himself. You meet the Father in the silence of your being, in that secret place of the Most High. In other words, you can't find the meaning of your life and the fullness of your being by any outside method. It's an inside job. And that's what seems to make it so difficult. We're so attuned and taught, look out there. Look to someone else. Find an expert. Well, you are the expert when you touch the expert in yourself. When you touch that life of God, that light of God, that freedom that the Father is within you. Others may teach you. Certainly I've had teachers in my lifetime. They can show you the way, as any of the great way showers throughout history have done. But finally, we have to do it for ourselves. We have to take time in, I know we call our lives busy. Yeah, they're busy. There are so many things I could be doing and should be doing. But this is the most important part. Why? Because when you contact the Lord of your being, Christ in you, in the silence, when you take time to visit with the Lord of your being, you're renewed, you're refreshed. You can find healing. You can find guidance. You can connect to the source of all good. The list sounds pretty impressive to me. Sure beats trying to connect with the guy at the hardware store or your next door neighbor who forgot where the hardware store is. To spend time daily with the living Christ within you. Can you imagine? Some of you I know in class and in here, I've seen you touch some aspect of that center within you. And you shine. You're calm. There's a poise that you bring back with you. There is no resurrection without it. No freedom from the tomb of human limitation. That's the reality. I jotted down a few things that I think need to be reminded. And wow, I thought I'd end up with a list of about 10 and ask you to memorize them on the spot here. And then I heard you talking to me saying, my life's busy, you want me to visit with the Christ within myself every day, and you want me to do 10 things? Well, no. I've got 4 now. The first one is visit Christ within you every day. How long does it take? It could take 20 minutes. But once you get used to relaxing and letting go, you can do it in moments. Moments. It can happen so quickly. Make the visit short. Don't do it for an hour. Don't try to extend it beyond the time that the Christ in you wants to visit with you. Expect results. Expect results. Don't do it with thinking, this will never work. I'll do it because he asked me to, but I know it's not going to work. Well, what do you think is going to happen? That ship's already sailed. Don't force it. An expression I heard many, many years ago, and I thought, wow, that makes so much sense. To force it is to stand before the gate of heaven, pounding on it, slamming into it, trying to break it down and storm heaven. St. Peter comes to the gate and says, pardon me, but you'll have to step back. The door opens outward. The surrender, not storming. Don't force it. It may have been a very long time since you've done any of this kind of visiting. Simple? Yeah. So we've spent most of Lent reading about this, thinking about this. Now, I want you to join me in the responsive scripture reading in your bulletin or on the screen. And when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Salome bought spices so they might go and anoint him. And they were saying to one another, who will roll away the stone for us from the door of the tomb? And entering the tomb, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, dressed in a white robe, and they were amazed.
And he said to them, do not be amazed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He has risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him.
But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going before you to Galilee. There you will see him, as he told you.
And they went out and fled from the tomb, for trembling and astonishment had come upon them. And they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid.
Now when he rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, from whom he had cast out 7 demons. But when they heard that he was alive and had been seen by her, they would not believe it. Sound familiar? You've heard about this spark of divinity in yourself. Christ in you, your hope of glory. But have we believed it? I think so often we think of it as an interesting idea. But I'm from Missouri. I won't believe it till I see it. Yeah. Well, you have the opportunity to see it. In the story, they went to the tomb, and they were looking for the body of Jesus. It wasn't there. Why? Jesus had fanned that spark of divinity within himself until, as he said earlier, he could overcome these things. Do you remember that? He told the disciples. They were slow on the uptake, but he told them. He told them what was going to happen. And it happened. Now, that tomb, I think of in this context as all of those limitations we place around ourselves. Too old, too poor, too tired, not smart enough. All kinds. Only human. You only have so much time. That's a pretty massive tomb that we build. And they wondered how they were going to move that stone to open it. We can't. Not from the outside. You have to enter that place in mind and allow those limitations to be dissolved from within you. I've said other times that light of God, that Spirit of God, when you touch it, it dissolves anything unlike itself. Can you imagine how wonderful that is? Anger, gone. Resentment can be gone. Depression can be gone. Lack, dissolved when you touch the source in the center of your being. They saw a young man sitting there, and I think that was a bit of a surprise. But what do you think that was? What is an angel? In Aramaic, an angel means messenger. It's a message from God mind to you. No longer is that spirit within you bound once you enter that secret place of the Most High. No longer are you bound by those limits you've set for yourself in your thinking. Oh, and those clothes? Those were grave clothes. And that's what all of those limitations seem to be. Clothes we wear in consciousness when we're mostly dead to the life of God, dead to good, dead to abundance, dead to health, dead to joy. So we shed those clothes because now you wear the light, the newest fashion. radiant light. One size fits all. Goes with anything. And you never have to wash it. Instead, it washes you. They were amazed. The risen Christ, verse 9, appeared first to Mary. The intuition. Intuitively, you sense that divine presence within yourself. That's the first part. The intellect catches up later. So you get feelings. You get a little intuition that maybe there is something to all of this. Your resurrection is here at hand. If you'll go to the place of resurrection, the silence within the depth of your being. The last piece written by John Rankin that I'm going to share with you is called The Place of Stillness. I give thanks today for God's gift of life. The life that is from God is unspoiled, unsoiled, flawless, and beautiful. To human sense, it's easy to take note of that which is spoiled, spotted, flawed, and disappointing. I have no desire to magnify or attract such experiences. And so today, I magnify God in my body and mind, my heart and soul. Jesus Christ is now here, raising my consciousness to a higher viewing place so that I too can see what the Master sees. A growing abundance of all that makes life worthwhile, both on earth and on higher planes of life, is what I choose to look for, accept, and enjoy at every level of my being. I believe in life, for I believe in God, and God is life. I believe in love, for I believe in God, and God is love. I believe in light and beauty, for I believe in God, and God is light and beauty. I now accept miracles of healing, miracles of love, miracles of revelation, and miracles of divine adjustment. This is my heritage, which I claim. This is my heritage, which sustains and enfolds me. Yesterday, today, and forever. I'd like you to find a comfortable place in your seat for just a moment. Close your eyes and begin to take control of your body in order to relax it. Relax it completely. And then to forget it. To finally leave it in God's care and protection. Take a deep breath now. Release and relax. Breathe normally. And allow your attention to move throughout the body. If you find tension in any place, encourage that part of you to relax. Silently speak to the muscles in your forehead, in your face, in your neck. Relax. let go. Relax your shoulders. Feel those muscles loosen and relax. The arms and hands and fingers, relax. You're beginning to feel at peace, and you sink even deeper into that calm peace of God. Relaxation spreads down your chest and your back. Relax. Be still. Tension flows down and away from your legs and your feet. You are relaxed. You are at peace. And now think of the words, be still. Be as you breathe in, and still as you breathe out. Be still. Say these words with your breathing now. You are at peace. You are centered and still. Your mind is quiet. Quiet, not blank, but quiet. You're able to choose the idea you wish to think about because you are in a poised mind. You've been silently speaking the phrase, be still. But there are additional words to this phrase. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that the I of you is God's very own Spirit implanted within you in the beginning. Moses knew it as I am. I am. That I am. The I of your being, God individualized, the Father within, you find in the secret place of the Most High. So for a moment, remind yourself, be still and know that I am God. The I of you is the same I, the same Spirit that was in Jesus. The same I that performed the great works is within you. That is why Jesus said, follow me, because he knew this I of you was the same. That between you and he there was no difference except in awareness. You're poised. You're on the edge of the silence. This will be the time when you've finished your actual work, a time when you stop your human thinking and let God your real self think through you. So finish your task. Be still and know that I am God. Let go and let God, your real self, reveal itself in the silence. Slowly, slowly and gently, you bring this meditation to a close. The sensation of the outer world once again becomes known to you. You once again are aware of those who surround you in this room. You make friends with your physical body. As you're ready, you may slowly open your eyes. And as you do, realize what a wonderful feeling of rest and refreshment that you now enjoy. The complete freedom from activity that your body and mind have known has refreshed you physically, mentally, and emotionally. For these moments, the stone has been rolled away, and you begin to see life without limits. You're ready now to become involved in your daily life once again. And you can do that knowing that you have this secret place within you that you can return to each day. Return to whenever you desire. You can pray to God, commune with the Father, meditate on truth, and listen to what God has to share with you. So begin to stretch out. You're confident, you're poised, joyous, and eager for life. Amen.